All right. Sound check, good?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Everybody sounds
Yes.
good? Great. Awesome. Okay, welcome everybody. This is our first NBG Summit. Excited?
Super excited.
Yeah. Okay, to introduce ourselves, I'm NBG Falkengren. You could call me Falk. I'm a co-founder of Nightblood Gaming, along with NBG Nomad, who I'm sure you guys will see in the chat, or you've played with him, I'm sure. I run all of our merch, our graphic design, and any other operations. Tactic, why don't you introduce yourself?
I am NBG Tactic, one of the original members,
The OGs.
one of the OGs, and I set up the tournament from the logistics standpoint, did all this background stuff so that the brackets would all be formed, all that fun stuff. But yeah, been around since the beginning.
Oh yeah. And Zabel?
Hello, I'm Szabel. Some of you may know me from some other amateur esports leagues. Love to play and to cast. Salty Kane, one trick jungle main. So here we are.
Is that how you always introduce yourselves when it comes to casting?
Absolutely.
I was gonna say. Great. I am so excited to get this stuff rolling. It's our first time running the summit, so everything is free entry. It'll be paid entry in the future to help fund the tournaments, but this time we're keeping it free, and for future participants in summits to come, it'll be discounted, at least for the first one. But everybody is getting a prize if they win. So everybody on the winning team is getting $20 in RP, which I think we can all crave and want to climb to the summit for. I love to climb a mountain and somebody just waiting up there with a little gift card. 20
A
RP.
fucking tattered robe and like an old staff.
Yeah.
And just out
I
of the
bring the
folds of their
holy
robe is an
text.
RP gift card.
I believe it. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited to see how our rosters line up. This will be my first time watching anything as far as people in our community matching up against each other outside of ESDL, any tournaments or leagues like that. I mean, we've run in-houses before, but we don't usually make it a spectacle, so I'm excited to see how everything will pair up. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts for tonight?
My thought is that I want to get into this custom game lobby, but I'm getting an error code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not too sure what that's about.
I can invite you directly. It should work out.
I tried that.
Tried it.
Yeah, the lobby's not full, but
Could figure it out. It's giving you an error, like you put it in all on the tournament draft thing. So like obviously, you know, like in the corner, right? Like there's a little trophy and you clicked on it when you go to join custom.
let's see.
you know how to join with
There
a
we go.
tournament code. Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Got
we
it?
go.
Okay, great. Yeah, because that's what confused me at first. That was my first time doing that as well. Um, let's see. So if we want to look at the draft and somebody wants to explain that, I've got a little, call it, little infographic of how our bracket is gonna go. So we have a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. So it's double elimination. Match A and match B will be happening today along with match C. So I'll show that real quick if it doesn't want to let me transition first. There we go. Okay. So this is what Saturday is going to look like. We have match A first, match B second. This is our round one. And then our third match is going to be the losers of both of those matches. And that will be the start of our losers bracket. To show tomorrow, we will have the winners of match A and B play here. Then the next match will be whoever loses here moves over to the losers bracket, plays against the winner of match C. That'll be our second match tomorrow. And then the final will be last. And then we'll have our winner on Sunday. If there's
Hell
any
yeah.
questions on that, I could talk about it. But we could get to where we have our teams together. We have KRCHS and Team DNA playing in the first match. And then we have Bad Boys Good Gamers versus Team SDC in the second match. And match C will be determined after those. So that's a
Yeah,
little
looks like we're just
summary.
waiting on one.
Yeah. Just waiting on one for the match? Okay.
Yeah, looks like it.
Sounds great. Okay. This camera does not want to sit right, does it? It's good enough. Okay. All right, so everybody is all technically set up and everything?
The Team DNA is having issues finding their voice channel, and I'm trying to figure out why that is.
Okay. I can make sure that it's correct. Actually, you have the admin rights in there, right? So you should be able to make sure that their permissions are correct.
Yes.
Okay. Just playing Rocket League.
That's how you gotta warm up for League of Legends, honestly.
Exactly.
Big brain.
I agree. So champ select will begin at 8 p.m. See if everybody gets here. Maybe we can run it a little bit earlier.
Looks like everybody's in lobby right now.
Wow. That's great. Okay. Everybody's in their spectator thing. All set up.
I am all set up there.
Okay. All right.
They're probably not in real order. Oh, no, they are. Are
we
they?
take a second, we can look at the roster here today. This first match, so we got KRCHS, we have top Spence, jungle Rovian, mid Kazuto, bottom Hungry Hobbit, and support Cardinal Freak. In Team DNA, we have top is Cobalt, jungle is Brian the Broken, Mid is Adolma, bot Endo, and support Jmu. So that'll be interesting matchups. Excited.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
fun to
personally
see.
very excited to see these guys play. I know most of them from a league we did for a couple of years. So a lot of them, know each other pretty well. They like playing against each other. It's going to be super competitive,
Yeah,
super hype.
it'll be great. Yeah, Rec League was super fun to watch. I really enjoyed the whole broadcast every time.
Oh, we had a great time.
Plus, it was always fun to root for our NBG representatives playing in Rec League. That was
Yeah,
always a blast.
you guys always showed up in the Twitch chat to represent.
Yeah,
Respect.
so fun. So fun. Let's see. Is everybody ready?
We got the R from Kazuto's team.
Okay.
I'm toasting my English muffin. Give me 1 minute. Just
Okay.
kidding.
Oh, just kidding? Oh, fine.
Hitting us with the troll.
I submitted to the English muffin.
Classic
Send.
mistake, honestly.
R. Alright, so we got everybody on the right side, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me figure that out.
Jamu's got to take a potty break. And waiting on Cobalt. Okay.
Okay, we'll give them time. We'll give them till 8 o'clock, probably. It'll give me time to set up the spectate. Okay. DNA and Curtis, round 1, match A, perfect. How's everybody in the chat doing? We're going nuts. Wow, the Rec League getting in here and everything. So funny.
Yeah, you honestly love to see it.
For sure.
Communities coming together feels good, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you said, you gotta expand your community for it to grow into other communities. Connect it.
Absolutely.
Listen, Berserker, I'm trying to figure stuff out while listening to chat at the same time. It's trying to be an admin while also being an entertainer is not easy stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Definitely have to commend both Tactic and I for putting all this together. Oh my gosh, so much work, but I think it's gonna be worth it, and I hope everybody has a lot of fun. So, as long as everybody's experience on the outside is good, we'll be happy. They're spamming ours.
All right, here we go.
We're going into draft. Let's go. Perfect.
Some interesting bands coming out from both sides here. I know that Susan is always a interesting band, but Vladimir makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, Susan's the Cobalt special, so I guess they didn't want to have to deal with that split push threat in the top lane.
They don't want to have to deal with Kazuto's Lucian.
Yeah, Kazuto's Lucian and Vlad getting banned out.
And the horse from Rovian. A lot of top lane bans coming out. They must be really scared of Cobalt.
Yeah, I don't think Cobalt actually plays the the Irelia. That might be targeted towards a Dome. I know he had been putting some practice into that one. Could be Cobalt too. Haven't OPGG'd him in a while, but taking their time here on their pick.
Very good first pick out of a Norn. Very swift answer with a Nautilus. And a Nunu.
Wow, it's gonna be a tinky game.
Yeah, looking like a
Beefcake's
Kraken
coming
player.
Mm-hmm.
And Elise, a very good option for dealing with tanks. Also providing early pressure for the team, and a Sivir for some T-fight pressure.
I knew you were going to say something about the Elise. You're hard shipping that champion. Viable jungler right
sure.
now.
Elise
You love
is
to
so
see it.
good. I don't
Legacy.
care what you say.
You love to see
Legacy
it.
champion for sure. Sivir just
Pizza
got some
food.
buffs too, so I'm excited to continue to see her in action in a competitive setting. It'll be a first
Yeah, I
time
feel
in a
like
long
she's super
time.
underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we saw her in LEC earlier today. I believe being played by G2.
Ooh.
So definitely something
Reckless.
that teams are starting to pick up again.
Mm.
Some more mid lane targeting. They're definitely trying to make Kazuto pick something he may not be as comfortable on, but I know his champ pool is pretty deep. So we'll have to see
Pockets.
what they deem as a threat.
Yeah, I expect them to ban the Rise out here. That's his other most played mid laner if they're going to continue in that trend. And if they don't, I do expect Kazuto to pick that one. It's one of his most comfortable picks. But do expect to see that banned. If not, then that's something Joe will be pretty comfortable on.
I don't know about that Yasuo ban. I mean, they do have quite a few knockups on their team, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I expect to see the Rise, and maybe they know he's going to go for that, so they kind of have something prepared as a counter. But KRCHS has last pick, so they have the ability to flex that actually until later on, and they do choose to do that with the Kai'Sa lock-in for R4.
Ooh.
No Jhin pickup from Hungry Hobbit, his favorite champion. A little
Wow.
disappointed. A little
Yeah.
disappointed right now.
I feel like Sivir is a relatively decent matchup for Jhin, just because Sivir can kind of run at a Jhin, and especially with the spell shield, can avoid a lot of the lockdown. With Nautilus Jhin, though, I feel like that would have been a dream pick, but especially with this front line. But maybe they wouldn't have had the shred to deal with Orin alone, just with Jhin. Although Urgot definitely shreds Lily.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like they just want to kind of bypass that Orin front line with the Kai'Sa and probably the Nunu getting back there as well. And if Urgot can get a flank, it's probably going to be their go-to here. I don't know how the lane goes for Kai'Sa versus Sivir. I feel like Sivir has to have a pushing advantage early against most champions, so probably see them farming under tower for the better part of the early game.
And it looks like we're getting a Sivir Talia bot lane. That's going to be a
Yeah.
very interesting matchup for the Kai'Sa Nautilus.
It's a lot of AP damage. That's going to be an easy Spirit Visage for the Nunu.
Yeah,
Yeah, if this Sivir doesn't take off, it's going to be a rough time for Team DNA here.
Yeah, it's interesting because you typically only see the Talia paired with something that provides a targeted CC, so the knockback is easier to land. Don't really have that from Sivir, so gonna be kind of tough to land those onto the enemy bot lane. So an interesting pick, but you know, if they can make it work, they can make it work.
I'm very excited. I love seeing so many tanks. It's going to be very interesting with one team that has a vast amount of tanks compared to one that's got a lot of AP squishies with one daddy tank. So we'll see what happens. Very curious.
Yeah, and usually when you see a team that has so much DPS and then the one tank in the top lane, you expect to see like a lot of scaling damage come out of them because they just want to have such high DPS through the mid and late game. But ironically, here we see a super heavy focus towards the early game for Team DNA, while Team KRCHS has the Corki, the Kai'Sa to scale up, and then a ridiculous front line. So just from the draft, I give KRCHS a little bit of an edge. They can play the early game as safe as they want and don't have to worry about getting outscaled by not being proactive enough. So I like the composition they picked for themselves, and DNA is really going to have to get the ball rolling early if they want to make something happen in this game, because that is a very early and mid-game spiking team aside from the Orange Sivir.
And that all starts with Elise ganks. If Elise can get this team ahead early, it could get very ugly for Team KRCHS really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we expect to see any level 1 shenanigans coming out of these two squads? I know
100%. Oh my gosh. If you don't get a level 1, come on. It's Nautilus, there's Zoe, there's everything you could possibly imagine. There's Elise. God forbid she wants to take Cocoon first. Go for it. We'll see. I'm very curious. It's gonna be a very spicy game. I'm just very curious about where all the jungle pressure momentum is going to be. If Elise can compete with Nunu, or if Nunu can compete with Elise, I guess it's going to be a big jungle diff kind of game. We'll have to see.
Elise definitely has a lot of targets. Corky's going to be really hard to pin down after level 3. He's definitely going to have his W up at that time, but if she gets a level 2 gank off, then it might be really big for that Zoe to get that first blood, or she could even visit bot lane early.
Yeah, I was just about to say, touch on that as well. If Elise can get in there early, like you said, huge impact for the Zoe as far as roam power. But if she actually can't get in there before Corky's level 3, I expect the junglers to not really go mid at all. Pretty hard to gank for both of those opponents. And, you know, maybe we see the Urgot get snowballed in the top lane here just to kind of be that hard carry from the north side of the map. Like we said, I think Sivir probably just gets the push in onto Team KRCHS bot lane. So unless we have some tower dives orchestrated with the Elise early, which she is very good at, I don't know if we'll see Brian the Broken pathing that way very often.
That's another thing too. I am pretty unfamiliar with a lot of these players. They're pretty new to me, at least familiarity wise. So I'm very interested in seeing some signature moves, picks, that kind of thing throughout this entire tournament.
Show me your moves.
Show me your moves. Show them to me. All right. We're now going in live.
Hell yeah, let's get some 1s in the chat if you think Team DNA can take this, and some 2s in the chat if you think it's going to be Team KRCHS Shard.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm excited.
Comp with the vote for Team KRCHS Shard. Comp, why did you vote for Team KRCHS Shard?
We need some analytical feedback.
We do.
A full Excel spreadsheet printed out in duplicate, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're loading on to Summoner's Rift.
All right. And I'm at 15 seconds now.
Okay,
Same.
same.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, let's see what these teams look to do. They're both going towards that bot lane.
They're making a beeline for the exact same spot tactic.
Wow.
I think this is going to be a pretty big fiesta here right at the beginning.
Oh, they're pinging. Lots of pings coming out from red
They
side.
dropped the ward though.
Let's see if they run in anyway and see what happens. They
Oh
walk
my
right over
God.
that ward.
Oh man. Oh, it's
Oh, this
looking
could be
spicy.
so bad for them.
And they're going the long way. They're pinging that they know that they're coming.
What a way to start this
Oh,
series,
wow.
honestly.
Oh my goodness. Do they know? Oh, they know. Oh my gosh, it's a fiesta.
Yeah, but we got a huge knock.
got Brian the Broken low.
Hobbit flashing, gets the last auto attack down. Cobalt having to flash as well as well. Hungry Hobbit super low. Got first blood on the Kai'Sa. Talia picking up a double kill. Triple kill to the Talia. And we'll see if Kazuda gets chased down. Endo getting a kill as well. That's 4 kills for the side of Team DNA.
Wow.
Level 1.
This is exactly what Team DNA needs to get this game rolling in their favor.
Wow.
We're already sitting at a 1k deficit 1 minute into the game. That is actually insane.
And a late leash? Oh god.
Yeah, that's brutal. Crucially, in the bot lane, Kai'Sa got a chance to recall, but Sivir did not. So there she got in a kill and 3 assists. She's just sitting on the Dorn's Blade, no pots, while Kai'Sa has the longsword in a pot. So that might be a big deal here.
Already off to an exciting start. 3-0 Talia. Love
Well,
to
the hook
see
lands
it.
down in the bot lane because Jmu getting rooted up ignited. Kaisa not close enough. The root goes down onto Endo. Still not level 2 for the bot lane of KRCHS, but they did get it engaged.
Decent trade, but not quite the damage enough to get him down there.
Director camera sure seems to like bot lane right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of action in the bot lane. Nautilus only level 2, getting knocked back by Talia, having to run away now. Hungry Hobble put in a lot of damage down on the J-Mo and Endo, but he's by himself, kind of getting chased out. Almost dead. One more auto attack's gonna do it. Heck, it's the heal. Endo.
Oh, the heal.
Now spell shield misses. The Nunu coming through with the snowball misses the knock up, and the hook misses as well. Snowball path the whole way through though. Weaves it Tokyo Drift style straight into the bot lane, and Rovian picking up that kill to get
huge shutdown for the Nunu here.
Yeah. Massive.
Not too sure you want the gold on your tank, but you know, at this point you need to get the ball rolling in some direction.
Endo in the bot lane now gets taken out. Not enough damage on the Boomerang Blade to actually kill Hungry Hobbit, who picks up the kill then.
Some trading in the top lane, not much has happened yet there. Urgot's looking a little low, but doesn't look like the jungle is pathing that way quite yet.
Have I got some spice? Wow.
Yeah, at least packing up right now. Spence Champ needs to leave. He has no HP and he didn't have flash. Now he's gonna getting chased down by Cobalt. The damage is there, so just a solo kill, not respecting the damage of Ornn early on.
Yeah, that was very greedy by him. Not too sure what the comms were like. Maybe something was going through his head. Who knows?
I'm not going to learn it by standing around.
We got Elise pathing behind the Urgot. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, he's in there. Spence Champ still no flash. Should be a pretty free kill for the Elise. Oh, misses the Cocoon actually. It is just
flashes the mastery just to rub salt in the wound.
Spence Champ should still be dead. Might get a cleanup kill here. Does get taken out. So Brian the Broken claiming that one. The Elise off to a pretty good start, which is what we did touch on that needed to happen. Now Nunu is here. I don't know if he's going to be able to do much.
He's being brave.
Yeah, damage isn't going to be enough. The jungle should get out. The jungle should be able to reset and come back up top. He does have TP, so he shouldn't lose much here.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of a punish in this bot lane with this Kaisa Nautilus. They're so much stronger in the 2v2, and they're kind of just shoving in as Hungry Hobbit maybe getting jumped on, trades some damage back, but takes a lot of his health bar, hits the Prey Seeker there at the end though. Void Seeker, I think, actually.
For some of our viewers at home, this is a team of kind of scrapped together individuals, but they're performing pretty well for not being a team that chose each other, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, if both teams are scrapped together, they're kind of on equal playing terms then. I'm not sure if they both were, but looking pretty good either way. Trading in the mid lane. Pretty much a farm fest. Haven't seen a lot of jungle attention there, but we kind of predicted.
Yeah, like we touched on earlier, that lane is going to be very tough to gank for either side. Nunu's coming back bottom here.
Yeah, no flashes available. Should be able to get the root off here. Nautilus actually flashes forward, and there's on 2 different targets. Jmu should end up falling here. Is ignited, and Nunu just has to walk in and get an auto attack off. Does do it, as we have Cobalt, Kazuto on the side. Rovian flashing forward to get an auto attack down, but is not able to get it now. Doma's here with the Zoe, misses the bubble. Brian the Broken going back in. Boomerang Blade might not be enough, but at least with the repel, gets on top and execute damage onto Rovian, who ends up falling there in that extended fight. Let's see if Nautilus gets the hook on the back end here. No, they flash forward after the Cocoon, gets the hook, but Kazuto's already dead. No damage to follow up, and then a phenomenal play by Team DNA to put some kills on the board for themselves.
Man, this bot lane is getting all the love in the world.
Yeah, that's probably, I mean, didn't really expect that coming out of the champ select, but they've just been pushing back and forth. It hasn't really super been one way. That junglers just have had so many reasons to do that.
Looks like we got our first dragon going down here, Mountain Drake, for Team DNA. Doesn't look like it's going to be contested.
This is definitely going to be a game where bot lane is going to be a win condition based on how many tanks are in this game. It's going to be all about who can protect their ADC the most. Got these low, short range champions that need to play dangerous in order to succeed.
We'll definitely see how it shapes out here. Things have slowed down slightly. Let's see. Jungles are kind of on the top side of the map, possibly looking for the Rift Herald. We'll see if that comes to fruition here soon. Might finally get to see our first mid or top action to get the objective secured on the top side.
Yeah, we have Nunu maybe looking for a snowball, but now just going to his camp. Despite all of Spence Champ's woes in the top lane on his Urgot, still doing a decent job for himself and staying relatively even in the CS department.
Yeah, not exactly the performance you would want to see on an Urgot, but as long as he stopped the bleeding, you can't really complain in that department. None of those abilities are landing, but just some zoning abilities to get them to move back in the bot lane.
Yeah, and we see Talia with this level 6 now, might look for a roam to the mid lane and or top lane with that semi-global ultimate. Try to make something happen.
Looks like Zoe's trying to do something funky. Maybe not.
They were definitely looking for it, but decided against it. Maybe they noticed some people were rotating around, didn't know where the Nunu was. And Elise is invading on the red side, getting some value out of the Nunu not being on that side of the map.
Oh,
Nunu,
something exciting down here.
snowball lands, but spell shielded and not going to be much else happening there. Endo and Jemu playing back far enough so as to not get punished. Flash is available for both of them as well, so it should be pretty safe as Nautilus is just now in 6, so maybe expect
Elise
to
has
see a
been
roam.
hovering on this top side. Looks like we might get a gank top.
Goes in, hits the stun. Spence Champ has to flash out as the Spiderlings die to the tower and the knee shotguns of Urgot. Brian the Broken will be happy with that one, getting the flash out of Spence Champ, but gonna go back to farming now, maybe do the Rift Herald.
Yeah, it looks like Rift Herald has been started up. Directed Cam doesn't deem it important enough. But we can definitely tell that Elise is on it just based on
Ooh,
the
Hungry
minimap.
Hobbit actually taken down
Ooh,
there on
wow.
the turret. So much damage after hitting the knockback. Seismic shove. Jemu gets the Q damage from the Talia and ends up taking Hungry Hobbit's life. We didn't expect it because that heal and flash are still available. Didn't expect the last to kill him. We have a package coming through. The spell shield is there. The hook lands. Heal burns in their tower. Flashes forward. Rovian tanking up the tower now with Ignite on him. One more shot will do it, but no. He lives as Jemu chases down the squad. Don't think you want to get too far forward though, with no flash and a Nautilus with ultimate right behind you.
Meanwhile, we got Rift Herald being broken middle, trying to get the first tower down.
Yeah, should be able to get some plates here. Not at the most efficient point, as that second plate was not yet knocked down, but they do get some plate work for themselves, and we'll get this last one anyway, as Guardian now here gets the ultimate down. Actually, he's going to double knock up. Urgot is here as well. There should be actually a lot of kills for the side of Team KRCHS. As Brian the Broken falls super low, Urgot ultimate lands, or misses rather. But Jamie
Tried
taken
to
out
give
there
it
by an
over.
auto attack. Yeah, tried to gift that, but ends up just taking it for himself. Not always bad. Some tank items from the Nautilus, but you definitely want to see that gold going to your Kaisa and or Corki.
Still deficit. Even with all this back and forth, the Team DNA has managed to keep their lead on this game. Cobalt low, but not low enough to die.
Well,
Gonna
and I was
have to-
muted for that, so rip me. KRCHS
Oh.
on the dragon actually secures it. Rovian with a nice smite here. In the pit now, stuck in the Nunu ultimate. At least Repel will dodge most of the damage as Rovian's still alive, tanking a lot up. Hungry Hobbit should be able to pick these kills up here. Rovian lives as the heal comes through from Hungry Hobbit to save him. And I wonder if he'll try to get a dive onto the Sivir. Has that ultimate available, but Nunu's back to farm.
That's exactly what you want to see in this type of team comp. All those kills went on to your carry, but the gold deficit is still in favor of Team DNA. Most of that gold is on the support, but the support is Italia, so hey, damage is damage no matter who it's coming from.
That is very true. And we see Spence Champ pretty perpetually low here in this top lane, is kind of getting bullied out. I'm honestly surprised we're not seeing the Nautilus try to engage more. Talia and Sivir kind of step up pretty greedily a lot of the time, and Nautilus has that ultimate available, but hasn't really tried to use it very aggressively. Maybe just trying to save it for if they get ganked, but I feel like they could actually be a little bit more proactive in this lane against these two Scorpion champions.
Especially Kaisa, since she has finished her Kraken Slayer, they definitely could pull off some more aggressive moves, but this support and this ADC have not laned together, so this is outside of practice, this might be their first time really playing together.
Kaisa Nautilus is one of those lanes too that is allowed to play very aggressively, and playing into two squishies. If I thought about me playing Sivir with a Talia support, I feel like I'd definitely be aggressed on more often than not by a Kaisa Nautilus for sure. Even with the spell shield. The knockback I feel like would, if you had, to be fair, she was 3-0. The Talia support in the beginning.
Oh my god, so much damage here from the Ornn. Onto Spence Champ on this Urgot. He just can't get away, just permanently slowed. Another auto attack will do it, and Cobalt with the solo kill again. He's absolutely dominant on this champion.
Yeah, Urgot has been having a rough time up on this top lane, and it's always good to see your tank doing well.
Nunu's here, hits the snowball, but his bot lane was not in position, so a little bit of a miscommunication coming out there. Again, these guys don't play together very often. Kind of a mishmash of players here, so not going to be as clean as a practice team for the rotations, but they've made some stuff work here so far, and both teams are looking pretty strong. Oh, the stun lands. Kazuto able to cleanse that out, at least still pursuing, maybe. Double misses, so that's probably going to turn them off of this fight. Zoe actually going forward with the Ignite, but the Immortal Shield Bow proccing for Kazuto, who might be in a pretty bad spot here. Has to burn the flash as well. The rest of the team is here. One more auto attack will do it on Kazuto. He does get taken out by a Doma, who then gets killed by Kaisa on the back end of the fight. Hungry Hobbit here, suppression coming through for the Urgot. No fear, though, on the rest of the team as Endo takes the blast pin over the wall. Hungry Hobbit is going in a double kill. We'll see if he can get the blast proc to the triple kill. Does end up taking it, and that Kaisa is massive now after that exchange.
Yeah, if you're in that Nautilus's shoes, you should exactly have it in your mind that now I can play super aggressive. My ADC is hyper fed, so maybe we'll see some more of that action from the Nautilus now. Dragon should be spawning soon. I did not see what dragon we're getting next.
They're pinging it in the chat. Ocean Drake will be next. So it'll be Ocean Soul, Ocean Map. We got extra bushes.
Falk has some choice words for the extra bushes when it comes to Ocean Drake. Does not like the extra bushes. Right?
I am
Please remove.
specifically not a fan of Ocean Soul. Not because of the buff, but because of the map buff. And when I talk about a map buff, the map buff is for the enemy. It is not for me.
Ooh, Hungry Hobbit, just as he got so fed, now gets taken super low in the mid lane, flashes over the wall. There's nobody here to support him, but ends up getting away from all 4
Wow.
members of Team DNA, and Adolma now on the back end gonna get cleaned up. Robian takes the kill on the Nunu. Still pretty tanky though, trying to run back forward, but gets chunked up by the Sivir. Kazuto trying to get pressure off on the side as the Urgot ultimate lands and the Brian the Broken. Zanya's going down, but I think it's still enough time to get the fear back in. No, it is not. Spencer cannot take that kill, but the Nautilus ultimate there is huge. Cobalt on a killing spree, picking up the kill on the Urgot. Nunu channeling ult in the bush as Kazuto, basically untouched in this fight, is ignited now. Cobalt falling low as well, but should end up falling to Corki. Flashes forward. Kazuto, Valkyrie away from the Sivir Boomerang Blade as Rovian tries to tank up the last of this damage, but he's super low. I think Jemu should be healthy enough to scare them off of this fight, but honestly, both of them should be pretty
Kaisa here.
safe as Hungry Hobbit is now unstoppable based after that whole thing, and then the knockup cancels Jemu's ultimate on the Talia. Another double kill for Hungry
The
Hobbit.
cleanup.
This game is insane. Just non-stop fighting there for a solid 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That was insane.
They really did not
Flame
respect.
Dragon.
They did not respect the fact that Kaisa, they knew that she had to back after she was caught out. They didn't respect the fact that she would come back by the time that everybody would be running away once the damage was all done. They didn't respect the fact that she would be hightailing her right there to just clean up everybody. If anything, they
Insane
should
how
have
long
just
that
reset.
fight lasted. She had so much time to actually base, buy, come
Yeah.
back, and then pick up 2 more kills. It's actually insane.
Exactly. Trying to get Rift Herald now.
And now at this time in the game, it's just defend the Kaisa with everything you have.
It looks like the Orin going in now onto the Urgot in the top lane, as we've seen for most of the game. Ultimate didn't really do much there, but it did create a zoning tool for Team DNA to get onto this Rift Herald and pick that one up for themselves.
At least picking that up.
Even with all these kills going on
Just-
to Hungry Hobbit, the 1k deficit still stays intact.
Tread lightly.
Except now, it's on Kerchief Shard.
Yeah, you love to see it. Such a close contested game, you know. DNA having the edge in the early game, Kerchi's now in this mid game, and you know, scaling into the late game. Potentially what we talked about is how much stronger they are. So if you're Team DNA, you have to be a little worried at this point. No one in your team is exorbitantly fed aside from your support Talia, who has a pretty hard time doing anything to most of the roster for Kerchi's.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if Everfrost was the play against an all 3 frontline team, but maybe they know something I do not.
3 minutes here on this Ocean Dragon. Both teams probably want to get this one. For Team DNA, it'll be their second Drake of the game, and for Team Kerchi's, it'll actually put them on soul point for that Ocean Soul, which would be an absolute nightmare for Team DNA to have to deal with, who's already going to have so much trouble killing them towards the later parts of this game. The Ocean Soul would make it almost impossible.
Yeah, and you don't see any grievous wounds quite yet on either side, so Ocean Drake will be effective until that happens.
Oh, Jailer cut out.
Yeah, Jemu caught out, gets knocked away, Rovian does, by the Talia seismic shove. As the rest of the team here in the mid lane, Kaisa gets slept, but Nunu body blocking
That
the
was her
bubble.
real flash.
Rather. Yeah. Yeah, it's always real flash to try to get in there, but just gets body blocked by Rovian, and so tanky that he's almost back to full HP now. Really is protect the VIP Kaisa at this point, and expect to see more of that kind of body blocking and defense for this Kerchi's bot lane, as Rovian so low, gets taken out by the Zoe. Did not actually expect him to fall there. Thought he was tankier than that, but doesn't have a lot of magic resist yet in his build, so had that dead man second.
Yeah,
Sometimes
Deadman's
I wish
second
rocks would
against
give
3 AP carries on the side of Team DNA. Not too sure if that was the right move, but maybe he just wanted to go fast.
Yeah, would have liked to see a Force of Nature or a Visage come out, absolutely. Maybe even, there's a lot of magic damage on his team, so an Abyssal. But opts for the Deadman's, you know, it does make your snowballs faster, gets the auto attack slow when you land, so not the worst thing, but... I thought that was getting reset.
Things have slowed down here a little bit on the Rift, but Kaisa's sitting on 2 items. Sivir not yet close enough to her second item, but the farm is fairly even, but of course we both know that Kaisa's got the more money in their pocket.
Finishing out that man immune second item for the Sivir. I feel like every time I do that, it makes me slow down my game so much.
It is a pretty big power spike, but we'll see if it's enough while teams are setting up for their next dragon.
Got the Rift Herald burst. Nunu wants to
Nunu
test
in the
it.
bot lane. Yeah, going in onto Brian the Broken, who has the flash available. Gonna be able to get the repel, but not sure it's actually gonna save him. The rest of the team's all around him. Tries to get damage on Kazuto, burns a smite, but is dead. As Hungry Hobbit dove on the backline, but there was no protection for him. A great hook by Cardinal Freak to get him out of the way, but then
Oh my
Nunu all the way
goodness.
behind enemy lines. There's action everywhere. Hungry Hobbit with just barely a shred of HP, trying to put all the damage down into Cobalt. Probably gonna have to run away as now Spence Champ here. Should be able to get into the tower and tank it for a decent amount of time. Gets the double kill. Corki pick up another kill, and
Oh. Wow.
the rest of the team taking the tower, and they can probably just turn to this dragon. That's 4 dead for the side of Team DNA.
And it looked like they were going to go for the tower, but 2 peel off to go for the dragon. That's the smart move, and Hobbit lives with a shred of health, barely gets out. Man, you hate to see that on Team DNA.
So much damage from the Corki right now after completing his 2 core items there. Just absolutely chunking really everybody on the side of Team DNA aside from the Ornn.
And when you have primarily squishy targets on your team, I mean, they had the early pressure in the game and then it kind of fell apart with all these skirmish plays and Kaisa getting the better of those skirmish plays.
Yeah, it seems like kind of a lull right now. Both teams playing pretty safe until there's an objective up. Not even really roaming to the enemy side of the map to put vision down. A lot of vision in the friendly jungle side. As the river seems to be a battle point here as Nunu rolls up a snowball, walks in. Adoma doesn't have the flash yet. Does dodge the snowball as Rovian maybe getting caught up here. The teleport coming down right on top of him, flashes out as Spence Champ probably getting knocked up by the Ornn ultimate. Might be tanky enough to live. We'll see if he actually ends up falling here. A lot of CC going down the Spence Champ. Doesn't fall in. The shutdown goes to the Ornn though. Not exactly the right target that you'd want to see. As we see Cardinal Freak going in. Hungry Hobbit diving the backline to pick up a kill. Brian the Broken flashing away as now Cobalt in the front line taking a lot of damage here. Just getting shredded. As Nunu re-engaging, so many snowballs here. A double knockup actually really phenomenally played by Rovian so far this team fight. As Kazuto and Hungry Hobbit just shredding from the backline. There's so many tanks and fuel for the side of Team KRCHS. And Cobalt so low. Rovian ends up falling. So that's a lot of damage down onto the Ornn. He ends up falling as well. And the Kaisa picking up a triple kill again. So fed on this Kaisa. It really is protect the Kaisa game as Adoma has to be a little careful. Pretty low.
Yeah, knowing Hungry Hobbit, he is all about greed all the time. He wants these kills on him. He loves being the hyper carry in this situation.
Blue team had no vision through any of that area. And it's Ocean Soul. So that's a lot of bushes you have to fight through all through that corridor. That's just gonna be free range for a Nautilus looking for stray hooks and a Kaisa looking to clean up after it.
And it looks like Kaisa might be looking to finish up a Phantom Dancer, it looks like. We'll have to see once she hits base. Looks like it... Oh, it's Lord Dominic's. I was wrong. I saw the Zeal and the Longsword, and I thought Phantom Dancer. And Hobbit juked me.
Jimu playing pretty aggressively. Very brave against Nautilus and Urgot that can fling a squishy AP champion around.
Yeah, he's been playing super aggro for most of the game so far and hasn't really been punished for it. As we see the package coming through, knocking away both Adoma and Cobalt. Adoma dying almost immediately. Cobalt's so tanky though. Kazuto doing a lot of damage to him, but he's pretty low himself. He gets killed by the Elise on the back end of the fight. Cobalt's super low. Rovin's so tanky in the middle of this fight, as now we have the Kaisa joining the fight, picking up a double kill and turning straight onto this Baron.
Yeah, too many forced fights, it seems, on the side of Team DNA, but when it comes to a Baron fight, you kind of have to at least see what you can do in that situation, but unfortunate for them.
Yeah, their AD carry was not there.
Definitely where the excess AP damage, lack of DPS is going to come in when the rest of the enemy team is mostly tank. Just going to allow the Kaisa to rip through anybody, and whoever stands in the way of that, she's ripping through herself with Lord Dominic.
I don't think Endo actually wants that. He tried to like check like he did, but Spence Camp kind of flashing forward in the early tower. Not really sure what that was about. Gets stunned up and actually taken down. A little bit greedy there by Spence Champ, going for the kill onto the Sivir, but
Question pings coming through.
yeah, F's in the chat for that one, boys, and for Spence Champ, who will have the teleport to rejoin his team, presumably after the Ocean Drag fight has already started. They can maybe try to delay to wait for him because it's pretty important, and they don't want a 4v5, but they might even be strong enough at this point to not have to have the Urgot with them.
So it does look like Kaisa did get that Phantom Dancer, so I was technically correct in that she was going to get it, but not quite when I thought it was going to happen.
Ooh, Team DNA, smart engage here, cutting off the team as Kaisa's on the side because you don't have to go for the wall, and now there's just all the tanks. Hungry Hobbit right into the backline with that Kaisa ultimate, doing so much damage, absolutely shredding Warren, and the rest of the team chasing him down. Is now the TP from Urgot coming in. Spence Champ joining the fight. Kazuto slaying Brian the Broken, and the Nautilus just being so disruptive in the backline. Sees them for so long, he gets away, barely living. Endo taking the kill there onto Cardinal Freak, but another 3 kills for Team KRCHS will spell Ocean Soul.
Kaisa hunting. Very brave.
Yeah,
Very brave Kaisa this game.
Oh, Cobalt almost stole that, but now surely will end up falling here. Maybe he can get a trade back on a Kazuto, but no. Spence Champ, some vengeance here for his rough early laning phase versus this Ornn, ends up taking that kill.
Yeah, it seems that Team DNA is just trying to grasp at straws and get what they can, but it's just not working in their favor.
Wow.
That snowball from Rovian would have actually killed him as Brian the Broken now tries to get on the Hungry Hobbit. Ooh. Heal comes
This Kaisa
through.
just never wants to die. It is absolutely insane.
No, Hungry Hobbit playing amazingly and gets the killer instinct there.
Oh!
Does get taken out by the Zoe, gets popped. It's a shutdown for Doma, but
What?
shouldn't matter. 4 dead here for the side of DNA with minions knocking on their Nexus tower. You think this might be a chance for KRCHS to end the game. Doesn't look like they tried to. Maybe they will.
Looks like they might be trying to triple inhib Team DNA here and stall out for the next objective, or just siege the base with all those super minions.
Yeah, super formal from the side of KRCHS, playing this one out by the book. Don't want to take any chances, even though they're massively ahead. You gotta respect it.
I can't believe how hard Kaisa got popped. That reminded me of when Zoe first came out. You remember how OP she was, but she would actually nuke people? Like, yes, Zoe is a nuke, but you haven't seen nuke until you've seen the beginning of Zoe's release.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
I must have PTSD because I don't remember those times.
Just a truck.
I have PTSD from the DFG Evelyn and Vigar. Those were not good times.
I really liked it on Twisted Treeline when they had the torch, Blackfire torch, which was essentially a homage to the to that item, but it was better in every single way.
Nice.
See, I started playing it was just before the rune changes to Runes Reforged, and all I ever did was just look at op.gg to figure out what my runes were, and I had no idea what any of them even did. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, Runes
there's so
Reforged,
many.
okay, now I can learn with everybody else.
Quirky package coming through. Not finding a whole lot. Brian the Broken getting chucked a little bit as Nunu goes in, but finds a lot of damage in his face for his troubles, and Team KRCHS gonna run back. Really playing a little bit safe here for the side of Team KRCHS. I feel like they can almost force this for the end with the Ocean Soul and how ahead they are, but I guess they just want to be extra safe and careful, which you can't fault them for, as Kazuto pushing in on the top side of the map. Zoe's wave clear. Pretty annoying for them, but they're taking a lot of poke damage, and snowballs flying from behind their base. It's all over the place as Kazuto chunks Brian the Broken, and the rest of the team follows up with the engage here now. Cobalt falling pretty low here. Does end up getting taken out by the Kaisa as Hungry Hobbit picks that kill up. Killer Instinct into the back line, and Nautilus actually takes that one onto the Zoe. Everybody dead now except for Jamu sitting in this fountain, and that should be the game for KRCHS Shark.
Wow.
Keep the dream alive, says Brian the Broken. Trying his best to plead to the other team to give him a chance to show him what he's got, but we'll see you later in the losers bracket, Brian.
Wow. That was a crazy game. First game of the summit, we get a game like that.
Honestly, they brought it to the table. That was a lot of action. Definitely Team DNA did exactly what we wanted them to do early game, but then they just started doing all these skirmish fighting, and it just never paid out for them. And Kaisa got huge off of it, and it just snowballed from there, unfortunately.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, that was definitely the case where the full tank comp with the Kaisa leading behind allowed her to succeed the most.
All right. I believe we want to take a 5-minute break before we get into the next game.
Yes.
So we will come back once we have taken a breather, gotten our water, all that fun stuff, and we will catch you guys back on the Rift.
Sounds great.
何度も言うよ。兄さんを殺してあげられるのは僕だけなんだ。ね。
Pinta?
You got it. Please, thank you.
Oh my god, that was huge.
Wait, speaking of NBG, here it goes. Copying taunted up. NBG Tactic getting the great set of Nightblood Gaming being represented in a big way. Oh, NBG Tactic, Nightblood Gaming, shout out to them. Silky baked it. Falling kind of low, but not low enough. The Impale coming down onto the Thresh. Crazy hourglass there from Nightblood Gaming Tactic.
He's still alive. Maybe not. Oh, Tactic
See you
just
later.
shuts the door. Turn around, baby. Oh,
Let's go.
He just died.
Purging soul. I don't know if she ulted. You're sick.
I am ready for battle. I am ready for war. So I come for the target. I'm engaging your core. I am ready for battle. And I'm ready for war. So I come for the target. I'm engaging your core. Engage your core, and I'm about to kill it. Gotta be the kid, I gotta be the villain. I be on the rated, now I gotta do it. I'm a warrior, I'm coming with the truth. So shit, yeah, that's how we march. Back in the game when I kill it with the bars. Everybody really wanna get a piece now, but I will tear y'all apart. Cause I am the warrior, and you better know it. I am the samurai, and I'm taking it over. Yeah, I am the warrior, you better know it. Yeah, I am the samurai, and I'm taking it over. Marching like the samurai, and you can see it happen. Open up your set of eyes, so you can take us down. We work hard and we sacrifice, but if you step in our way, we leave you paralyzed. Oh, paralyzed. Yeah, it's the samurai. We take you down. If you wanna come and fight, that's alright. If you wanna come and fight with the samurai, you will find yourself being down and mentally just being paralyzed. Mentally being paralyzed. The samurai isn't a joke. So if you fight them in the comment zone, then you better just be woke. Cause they are the warriors. They fight for the things that they own. And they are the warriors. They fight for the spot on the throne. Yeah, cause they are the warriors. That fight for the spot, man, you know it. So if you're fighting with a spear up an arena, then you better just know it. That you will be taking them down. They're making the art like there are some poets. So don't miss with the samurai, cause they will take you down. They will keep it going.
Choose your destiny. Put that knife back in my back. I don't need that. Johnny Cage when I attack. You won't see that. I don't have time for a rematch. I ain't playing any games. Mortal Kombat. Round one.
Alright. Sound check good? Everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I am joining the game. Something went wrong. Okay, I'm gonna try entering the code. Let me open it up real quick. Let me show the bracket also if you guys want to talk about it. I'll bring that up real quick. Because the cameras are gonna go away for a second.
If you need it. I don't know if that's the code you're using.
Okay, thank you. I'll just copy paste that just in case. Alright, finally. Okay. We good? Just one more missing?
Looks like everybody is here.
Oh, okay. We just got one in the spectator lobby. I see.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see the teams real quick. So. We've got Bad Boys, Good Gamers. We got Nick in the top lane, Newman in the jungle, Talone, otherwise known now as Quackenslayer, in mid lane, Berserker bot lane, and Vince support. Then we got Team SDC. We got top lane Vis, jungle General, mid Tibbs, bot lane Dash, Dash Money, support Pony. Be interesting.
Yeah, I've played quite a bit with the SDC crew, so it's going to be interesting to see how they stack up against this this roster that we've got against them with the Bad Boys, Good Gamers.
Definitely. I am definitely more familiar with a lot of these players, so I am super excited to see these matchups.
All right, send the ready check.
Looks like everybody's ready. Let's go. Alright, we've got now. Let me change these names over.
And I was informed that Shooter McGavin is a substitute for General. Dash told me that they were going to substitute him out, but I never got the summoner information, so sorry about that to the other team, but I'm sure they've got it figured out.
Okay.
I know that Tristana is a staple pick for Dash Money, and the Seraphine is possibly targeted towards Pony, and maybe Tibbs plays it a little bit too, but I've never seen Tibbs personally play that, so let's see what the next bans are. Another Hecarim ban. Nobody seems to want to see the Hecarim.
Yeah, no, super strong right now, along with Udyr
Not
and
a fan.
Olaf and Lilia.
Some major target bans towards Dash Money. We'll see what they decide to prioritize here.
Yeah, just got buffed. The range increased on his W. Gives him a little bit more power in some of the 1v1 or catch situations. So definitely a strong early game here for Shooter McGavin. Picking up that Jin Zhao. Should give them some agency depending on what else they pick.
Shooter McGavin.
Love it. So you guys know more about these players? What are they like? What do they do? What are their styles?
The SDC crew, they tend to have a very strong top lane in mid laner. Their bot lane, Dash Money is a very consistent player. Pony likes to go in. We'll just leave it at that, and you'll see maybe which Pony comes in, the hero or the zero.
Very true.
Not flaming you, Pony, by the way. Much love.
Yeah, it looks like KRCHS on, or is that KRCHS? What team is that?
That's Bad Boys Good Gamers.
Bad Boys Good Gamers. Okay, I was getting fucked up at the.
I haven't played nearly as much with that side of things. Quack and Slayer is the only person on that team that we have personally played with. We've played a few games with Berserker and Newman, but outside of that, they are from the For Fun League, and we'll have to see what kind of team comp they bring to the table. I know Berserker's a huge fan of that Ezreal pick, though.
Oh yeah, he's a giant Ezreal fan, and I was kind of wondering because you guys touched on that SDC Pony likes a lot of the engaged champions, and it seems like Bad Boys Good Gaming have picked themselves a bot lane here that's super hard to get engaged on with Karma, and if that's Ezreal support, I mean Ezreal AD carry with Karma support.
A little surprised they didn't hit Quack and Slayer's champion pool, but his champion pool is very diverse, so it's very hard to single him out.
Your guys' cameras keep getting switched around. I don't know how it keeps
Do
happening. Yeah, it's freaking funny. I'm like just like half-assed trying to like make sure they're in the right spots. Super funny. Oh god.
A Rel ban. I've never personally seen Pony play that pick, but I'm sure it might be in his repertoire. There we go. The first ban aimed towards Quack and Slayer. They don't want to see any assassin shenanigans today.
Yeah, they've kind of banned a champion from each role with the Pike, Urgot, Hikarum, and Zed. So, a little interesting.
And another ban aimed towards their support. They're making him play in that lane. No Yumi accessories today. And once again, another assassin ban, so they're really afraid of assassins coming out from Quack and Slayer, but it looks like they're saving him for last pick, so they have to be really careful on what their mid pick is here.
Yeah, you definitely want to pick something safe blind, maybe like the Syndra or the Orianna, or just relatively safe laners most of the time. If you don't know what you're going to be playing up against rather for Quack and Slayer.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting what kind of pick he's going to go with. You never really know with Quack and Slayer. He can really pull anything out.
Still can't believe he changed his name to that. It's going to be very fun.
Yeah,
to,
the last time we talked to him, he was talking about it, and then he pulled the trigger on it, so it's pretty funny. And
really
as
did.
you said, the Syndra pick does come out, and we'll have to see what they do in response.
Don't yell at me.
Looks like we might be getting a Vladimir mid, and it is locked in, so that's going to be a very interesting matchup. It's going to come down to how well the Vladimir plays that early game, but Quackenslayer is a very proficient laner, so we'll have to see what the SDC crew can do to keep him under wraps. Perhaps the Darius gets fed on the top side. Udyr kind of will help the Vladimir secure that Syndra. We'll have to see how this all plays out. Very interesting team comps on both sides.
Yeah, I do expect to see a lot of jungle pressure go towards the top lane. They both have pretty good 2v2s. In between the Shen and the Darius, kind of whichever one gets going first can snowball the lane a little bit. Shen surprisingly strong in a snowballed lane. And obviously, we know Darius is the king of snowballing.
Kai'Sa Nautilus again. Exciting. I'm sure they were inspired after the last game.
Yeah, and this time up
Misclicked
against.
by me.
Yeah, I was wondering what that noise was.
Hello, I broke your stream.
That's all fun.
I was trying to give the Team DNA their next code.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I really like the team composition that BBGG drafted for themselves here. They have a super safe bot lane against that hard engage from SDC, and the Vladimir really shouldn't be in a lot of trouble against the Syndra. Can pull that stun when she tries to go for an all-in. The only time he really has to be worried is if that's down and Jin Zhao comes for a gank. They have a lot of good CC set up.
Personally, I have not yet played Jin Zhao with the new changes, let alone in this new season. I haven't played him in a very long time, so it'll be very interesting to see how well he impacts the map here. Udyr is a very hyper mobile champion, likes to farm very hard, so it'll be very interesting to see these two junglers and see what they do.
Yeah, the Xin Zhao changes with the dash distance, he might as well basically have another flash, in my opinion. And I think that's going to make a huge difference when it comes to trying to chase down their team. You got Karma running away with Shield. You got Ezreal running away with Arcane Shift. You got Vladimir pooling. You've got Udyr and Darius both being super fast. You know, I think it's going to make a big difference to any sort of early skirmishing that can go on. It's going to help him finish out any sort of shenanigans that'll go on in the jungle for scuttle fights. I definitely think that that dash change makes a huge difference to his engage.
Yeah, I haven't touched him yet either. Used to play him a lot, but now that they buffed him, I guess I just haven't played him, which is weird because you'd think I'd be excited to play him again. But yeah, definitely gonna make him pretty strong. Not sure who comes out on top in that 1v1. I feel like who kind of gets the jump first between Udyr and Jin Zhao kind of wins that one, but we probably will see them butting heads in the jungle. They're both pretty proficient at counter jungling. As far as champions, they're pretty safe, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some kills happen between these two junglers duking it out.
Personally, I would give the edge to Xin Zhao, but if Udyr is going to be maxing Phoenix Stance, that does a lot of burst damage, so it'll be interesting to see what that does to a Xin Zhao. I've never personally played this matchup, but I'm a huge fan of Mundo right now, so I love me Mundo. Mundo's very fun.
Mundo me, me Mundo, Mundo me now. Yeah, he's fun. You sold me.
You sold me.
Got me to play it one game, and I was like, son of a bitch. It is fun.
Yeah, I'm curious about what Xin Zhao builds. I have not seen very much Xin Zhao since the first time that they reworked the scuttles, honestly. When it was all Xin Zhao, Graves, and Kindred, mostly.
Yeah,
so,
I don't really build either.
especially with the new items, I'm not sure what is most efficient on him, and I don't know, I'm curious. In what situations as well.
Yeah, I feel like in this game, the Jin Zhao can afford to conduct himself kind of as a frontline engage tank. Just because they already have so much damage coming through from the Syndra, and the Kai'Sa. So I feel like if he actually gets a little beefy in this game, that'll let Shen split push a little more effectively because they won't have 3 squishy champions to worry about getting engaged on. They have a little bit more of a front line. So
Took me to a second to load in there.
It
You
did,
guys
same.
second?
Yeah, it
I'm
did.
at 17, 18, 19.
Okay, yeah, then we're lined up.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, am I the only one? But
Yeah, it was sitting on 0 seconds for quite a while there.
Yeah.
Looks like they're setting up just a 5-point, making sure no early game shenanigans are happening.
yeah, the classic 5-point versus 2-point. They're all stacked in that bush. I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe some poke damage down onto someone from the side of SDC checking in a little too aggressively, but back away now.
Minions have spawned.
Relatively safe start compared to last game.
Yeah, you could say a pretty quiet start, honestly. Compared to the last game as well, did we have 4 or 5 kills at level 1? It's pretty crazy. So.
Once again, your guys' camera they love to switch places.
That might have been my fault that time. I'm not too sure.
I wouldn't necessarily blame anybody. Hey.
There's some trading going on really in every lane right now. Shen getting the better of that one though with the grass proc. Nautilus lands a hook in the bot lane. Nobody's level 2 yet. Berserker falls pretty low, but trades some damage back onto SDC Pony. Honestly, pretty even. We'll see who gets level 2 first here. We'll probably get the engage on in bot lane. Just as we called it, gets rooted up and poked. VB Zobs does. Ignited now. Void Seeker not going to do it there, but VB Zobs falling that low is going to have to take a recall. No Summoner's Burn, was able to run out of there, so that will be a Summoner deficit now for SDC Pony in the bot lane.
Yeah, you gain some lane pressure, lose Ignite, but Ignite's on a pretty short cooldown, so you don't lose too much there.
Yeah, that's very true. And these trades with the Darius in the top lane are super interesting. Shen looks like he's getting the worst of it each time, but then this one grasp auto almost equalizes the trade. So definitely getting his value out of that summoner spell choice and not getting bullied out of this lane by the Darius. He's holding his own.
And he hasn't used his health potion. He's hanging on to that, so he's feeling pretty okay in that situation, it seems like. He just uses it as soon as I say something.
Oh, and we get the flash bear stun here from Newman, but gets jumped back on by Jin Zhao, and Shooter McGavin takes the kill as bot lane engaged now. A tower shot going down, SDC Pony gonna have to back out. Flash burned by Dash Money to go in for a kill there. All summoners still available for BBGG though, so I feel like this might be a good opportunity for them to get something started.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of kill potential outside of just poking them down from the Ezreal Karma, but it is a weight off your back to see those summoners come out for sure.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the Karma in the situation, you flash exhaust the Kai'Sa, she just dies because she can't get away from you. And Ezreal can free land everything, but Ezreal actually going in now, just barely stopped the recall of Dash Money. I think the flash from Karma doesn't actually end up using it. I feel like they definitely could have gotten a kill there if they used some of their summoner spells, but opted to save them. Shouldn't be super punishing as they are going to have a tempo lead for themselves here, but...
A little unfortunate for the Ezreal. He had no mana in that situation, but at least they stalled the back so they can push in the wave and get a little bit more of a wave under their tower there.
No vision on the Udyr.
Yeah, Karma going in now onto the Nautilus. The flash burns, so now both summoners down. Both flashes down, rather, for SDC in the bot lane. So, have to see if Udyr will come back for a repeat gank if they opt to shove in. Yeah, pretty surprised, honestly, with the level that the Shen is bullying the Darius in the top lane right now, constantly pushing him in. And you'd think Darius would have to push in that matchup, but getting shoved under tower.
Definitely
Pretty
looks
easy to
like he's setting up for his jungler to come up there. It looks like he's freezing the lane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that worked out pretty well for him, so definitely is going to want Udyr's help in that top lane to deal with the Shen, but level 6 is coming through for both top laners and already through for the mid laners now here. Probably going to see some more action happening as junglers finding each other, and Newman doesn't have the flash but can get on top of him with the bear stance, but Jin Zhao doing so much damage as this exchange has the level up. Newman actually taken down by Syndra as Vladimir now flashing on top of Peter McGavin, and mid laners killing the respective junglers from either of their teams as Kraken Slayer on top of Tiny Tibbs right now, maybe in a bad spot, gets stunned up, and Nautilus is here. The hook does not land. A phenomenal pull out of Kraken Slayer, and just still actually dealing damage to this Syndra. They're still chasing. I don't know if they want to keep doing that. They're wasting a good bit of time. Kai'Sa was on the backside, but not close enough, so Kraken Slayer on that Vlad, great job getting out.
Tiny Tip's very low on mana there too. It's hard to be able to engage with the Nautilus on anything.
Yeah, if I were in this Syndra's shoes, I'd be calling for my jungler to either help me shove in the lane or hold the lane, but I don't know how much Xin Zhao's going to be able to do against a Vladimir. So we might have a dive coming out here. He opts against it. Unfortunately for Vladimir in that situation, he did not have his ultimate, so maybe not as much kill potential as I first initially thought.
Yeah, it looks like he just wanted to get that max damage Q down and then just kind of run away, but seeing the Jin Zhao probably scared a little bit, had to back up a little bit faster. Shen ultimate would have been available for the Syndra as well, so would have been a little risky.
Bit of target pinging bot lane was a little spooky.
Yeah, it's hard to say what is going to happen next. Looks like we might have a mid lane roam, or we're just getting some wards down. Looks like she's just trying to see where the jungler is to set up for this dragon.
Yeah, and Udyr pretty far away, so should be pretty free for the side of SDC to just take this dragon. Nobody really in range or around to contest. Ezreal does have the ultimate for a potential steal. We'll see if he actually tries. Would have had to shot it.
Oh!
Does almost get it, but not
Nautilus secure again.
Yeah. Support that smite.
I don't see him.
Darius ghosting here in the top lane. Visually delicious. Having to run away, but just so tanky, and these grass procs healing him up so much. As Darius gets the worst end of that trade, even though he had a fully stacked passive onto the Shen, so visually doing a pretty good job here to avoid this Darius damage in the top lane, and Berserker landing almost every Q. Someone report this man for aimbotting.
Yeah, I personally laned against that Ezreal. It's not a fun time.
Oh no, Syndra, you already used your Scatter of the Week, and now Udyr with red buff is on top of you as the directed camera decides to take us to the bot lane. Dash Money gets the kill on BB Jobs. He's going to be happy for that one. Capturing him in all his glory right there as Newman runs away. Kraken Slayer has the ultimate healing coming through. Newman dies to the tower. Tiny Tips picking up a kill. 2-0 now. Kraken Slayer making it out again on the Vladimir.
Just
Need an instant replay for that Ezreal play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if I were in Berserker's shoes in that situation, I'd be sighing to myself because that was a very close ultimate steal.
Yeah, it was about 200 HP off.
On the dragon, yeah.
Still in it? Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah, just the first Drake, so they're not going to be too upset about that one. Obviously, you'd like to have it, but Infernal being the next one means that it's either going to be Cloud or Ocean for the Soul.
Does look like we have a 1k gold lead for the SDC crew. It's a little spread apart, but we got Syndra that has a little bit of a lead on this Vladimir. We'll have to see if that amounts to anything, or if Quackenslayer will be able to even those odds.
Question mark Pain's going onto the Darius for some reason in the top lane. Not sure if that's some BM going out from Steve. Probably not. Probably just wondering where the Shen was. He did go missing from Darius's vision there.
Yeah, I wasn't paying too close attention as to why those pings were coming down, but
yeah, very quiet game so far. A handful of kills, but really not too much of an advantage for SDC. Only about 1,000 gold lead, despite the kill disparity here. As Darius hooks under tower, is really kind of getting creep locked a little bit there by his own creeps, but doesn't have just be able to walk away. As a lot of poke damage. Udyr now, the taunt will get the Shen out and gonna walk away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slow game compared to last one, which was 14-18 at 20 minutes.
yeah, absolutely insane. So maybe this is a normal game, and last game was just
I think that's fair.
Like,
Speed run.
they definitely put on a good show to keep people interested, but you know, not everybody wants to play the brawl match.
Somebody's got to break the ice.
Newman finds Shorty McGavin. Shooter McGavin, good captain. I'm gonna call him Shorty McGavin from now on. As Newman just gets blasted right out. Coming on top of the Syndra, able to flash away. So flash burn by Newman and Quackenslayer for the flash of Tiny Tibbs as SDC Tony decides he doesn't like that minion and hits it with his phone.
Getting punished by the damage.
And it seems to be a battle of the mid laners, but
Ezreal doesn't like the Ezreal or the minion, takes him out, and an ultimate comes down on the top of the Darius. It went back just for a second, and we briefly saw visually delicious, look visually delicious to the Darius and feed him a kill.
It tabbed me over to the fountain the second that Berserker was going down.
Ooh, Quackenslayer. Taking the kill on the Syndra. Shorty McGavin now going in, gets another auto attack. He will kill Newman on that Udyr, and that's just as we were saying, this was a slow game. Both these teams start popping off and pick up the pace and double the amount of kills that were in the game.
Yeah, it's almost like the teams heard us and were like, you want entertainment? We'll show you entertainment.
I'm trying to show it, but the directed camera keeps taking me to fountain. They like jumped around 3 times. 2 different people are dying. We're just looking at bot lane. Damn. So what happens when I let it run on its own? Looks like we got some Drake rotation.
Looks like Vladimir opted for some major cooldown reduction as his first item, and I 100% agree with that in a lane like this where you're constantly having to duel with a laner that has a lot of skill shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And they pick up the dragon for themselves, so we will see Ocean Soul be the map. So we know you guys are super happy about that one.
Yay. Means more vision needed, which means less vision.
Yeah, the vision wars on Ocean map are not a joke. It is insane how many wards you have to push down in comparison to other maps.
Yeah. I completely agree. I honestly think that Ocean map allows one team to take over their lead more than any other map, just because of those. Oh,
we got a teleport coming down bot lane.
She's here. Syndra with the Shen, so they burned the Syndra ultimate, pick up that kill, and now Kaisa going in. But Syndra taking the last hit of damage there for the double kill, and phenomenally played by SDC to pick up 2 quick kills on Berserker and BBGG, who honestly were overextended.
That really helps Syndra compete with this Vladimir.
And it's definitely a battle of the mid lanes right now. I mean, they just keep getting kills back and forth, and it's hard to tell who's actually ahead.
Jungler's duking it out right now. Xin Zhao has the red buff, should have a bit of an advantage. Procs the Conqueror. Newman trying to run away but gets taunted. Doesn't have any other ability to get out and will die to the Shen. Visually Delicious taking a kill, and now Jan 2019 trying to run away. The stun from Syndra's gonna miss. Shen gets over the wall.
The flank.
But Xin Zhao unfortunately got popped the other way, so he's not able to be there. The taunt lands, but now Vladimir coming into the back end of this fight, and this might be a bait, but no, Jan 2019 walks away. They're not in danger of Quack and Slayer. Yeah, some very interesting flashes there.
Looks like Karma's caught out bot.
She does not have flash.
shoot.
If they decide to get this, it's 100% free. There's nobody around to stop it.
Yeah, they saw that Karma sitting in the front of somebody's lawn with a sign that said, "Take this, it's free," and they just picked it up right in the dragon.
It's like some old couch.
Get your free Karma here. That was not the best spot for BB Zobs to be in, but you know, sometimes you gotta take one for the team when you're warding and make sure you get that vision down, I guess.
Looked like a matter of lack of communication of the bot lane. Ezreal rotated out of that area and Karma was kind of left hanging.
It's hard to tell what exactly she was doing in that situation. There was no vision down in that area that was placed by the Karma, so not too sure what she was doing.
Yeah, that's true. You're actually getting the words down. Just didn't get a chance because they killed him first. 2 minutes in the dragon and they're taking the scuttle, so that actually will expire before the dragon actually spawns. But they want the gold, they don't care. They'd rather secure that area to get some space set up when they try to move in. I wonder who they're going to send to match this Vladimir in the side lane for SDC.
Looks like they're definitely sending the Syndra, keeping the mid versus mid dream alive. Now Syndra traditionally not the best side laner, but I mean when you've got a fed Vladimir and a fed Syndra, I mean that's the only person can really contest him at this time.
Yeah, and something we didn't touch on a lot, actually no teleport or global spell for the side of BBGG, and meanwhile on the side of SDC we have the Shen ultimate teleport and the Syndra teleport, so their ability to side lane a little stronger here is Quack and Slayer. Gets knocked back with the scatter. Yeah, 2 ghosts. They can get there fast, but not as fast as a teleport.
Potentially a Udyr.
Yeah.
They definitely picked summoners to snowball their lane a little bit. It didn't happen for the Darius, but it seems to be working for the Vladimir as he goes in.
Yeah, they're looking for a dive. Udyr gets the stun. A nice actually Shadow coming through under the tower, and the taunt. Newman falling to Visually Delicious. I'm just gonna say his whole name the whole time. I love that name. Very satisfying.
Unsuccessful dive there. Oh,
yeah, and the hook in. Scooter McGavin going right in. Dash Money taking the kill. Quacket Slayer pulls and actually has to flash away as Scooter going back in for another kill. I'm gonna keep calling him a different thing this time. The taunt coming through for Ezreal, the hook as well. That Ezreal just getting pain-palmed back and forth. Berserker falling, not even a chance to use the summoners as SDC starts the Drake to put themselves on soul point. Supportal combat. Let's see who comes out on top of this when they ignite. I think it's needed. The most exciting fight of the game, the supports. Vladimir comes in and ruins the fun, takes away the 1v1. Gonna get stunned by Syndra for some revenge here. Nautilus is still alive, which is kind of insane. Xin coming forward, Shen now on top of the team. Newman gets knocked up. Kaisa on the back end. One more auto attack. Quack and Slayer will not find it. Makes it out, and SDC making this look easy, cleaning up all these kills.
Yeah, it was a very slow beginning to this game, but now they're definitely speeding up as they get more gold in their pockets for sure.
Should we have him taking?
Now we do have a 10 kill lead for SDC, but it is only a 2k gold lead, so it makes you really wonder like where they are going to be able to edge this out with the kill lead.
3 Drake lead as well. Hitting the 20-minute mark.
Has a lot to do with their global presence with the double teleport versus the double ghost.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Darius wasn't able to execute his game plan in the laning phase. Wanted to have that ghost available to exert some 1v1 pressure onto the Shen and kind of try to snowball, but it didn't work out that way. You know, visually played the lane extremely safe and well, kind of denied Darius's ability to do that. So now you're stuck with that ghost, you know, and you didn't really accomplish what you wanted in the laning phase. So kind of just have to play with it now, but looks like they're opting to group.
Both teams squaring each other off. STC does have the Baron side lit up like a Christmas tree. They got 2 pinks over there and some other wards to kind of cover that area. And most of BBGG's wards are on the Dragon side, which won't be up for a while.
Ooh, a hook lands there, max range with the ultimate coming through on the Berserker from SDC Pony.
Oh.
Kai'Sa comes in as well. Does a lot of damage to Berserker, but has that heal and flash available as well as the Karma shielding. Pony rooted under the tower, takes a lot of damage. Leader getting in but gets ignited, has to try to get out as the tower is just destroying. Another X-range hook. Newman, so much shielding though coming through his Karma. And the Ezreal all tagging across all 4 members, not finding a kill. A lot of poke damage coming out from the side of BBGG. They're not out of this game yet. Still pretty even in gold.
Quackenslayer showing up for that.
Yeah.
Very late. That would have been a fiesta for him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because with this Vladimir right now at this stage of the game, you want to try to farm to 16 as you're kind of a win condition for your team in the situation. But unfortunately now because they didn't get any of the early dragons and they were taken so early on, they're in a position where they have to group the Vladimir for a dragon fight as opposed to having him stay in the side lane because it's the sole point. So Vladimir not able to do what he wants to do in this stage of the game as much as he probably would like to, but
it does look like he might be looking at getting a Medjai's, maybe looking to put this team on his back and, you know, make some stuff happen as everybody's kind of moving towards Dragon now. Has not yet spawned though.
Yeah, kind of just fighting over this crab here. Jinzhao will smite it. McGavin getting out with that one, and we'll have smite available again for the dragon, so no concerns in that department. I think he caught this pit now though, but they opt to engage. Pony going in onto BB Zobs, who stepped up, has the flash available, but just not going to get a chance to use it, and Shooter McGavin taking that kill.
Oh.
SDC Pony, a questionable flash on top of the Ezreal at the end of the fight, just kind of body slamming him away. It's all about sending a message, I guess, if you're SDC Pony.
Pony really enjoys his 1% plays. He likes to go in. Do have this Udyr hovering on the side, but he does not have his team with him to make anything happen.
Oh, Shen with the taunt over the wall. Darius flashes with the ghost, but Shen flashes back over the wall. Darius with the ghost will be able to catch him though. And honestly is doing a lot better in these trades now than prior with some items under his belt, but teammates showing up for Visually Delicious will scare Jan Twin and a team away as the rest of the team starts the dragon. It's just sole point for them.
Yeah,
and they get it with that much fanfare. BB Zobs on the back end of the fight gets stunned up. Ulted by the Syndra, but will flash away. Ezreal now. Syndra flashing forward to pick that kill up. And a hook landing max range onto the Ezreal by SDC Pony. Phenomenal engages coming out of this guy on Nautilus.
looks like we have Hero Pony showing up today no inting coming out of him anytime soon.
Looks like we got some attempts to into the circle.
Yeah, Nautilus ultimate coming through again and taking out Gen 2019. He's running for his life. Quackenslayer gonna have to get out as well. The hook gonna go wide onto Newman, and full burn by Quackenslayer under the tower. Visually Delicious taking a lot of damage. So much shielding as well as the Ocean Soul coming in handy as they get this tower dive with impunity now. Jin Zhao with the
Wow.
insect basically onto the team, but Vladimir with the full team ult but gets rooted, or stunned rather, and not able to follow up with a lot of damage onto them, so that won't be anyone dead on the side of SDC with a couple kills picked up. Kind of one by one there.
They've edged their gold lead to 3K now. Still a very close game. It doesn't seem like a close game with it being 20-4, but as far as gold is concerned, it's still close.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the side of SDC, you're feeling pretty confident about this game. You have a decently scaling team and you're so ahead, but kind of in the back of your mind is going to be that Ezreal and Vladimir, who have been playing pretty okay. I mean, Ezreal owned 4, but he's farming well enough, and it's going to be getting to 3 items relatively soon. And the Vladimir, obviously, the best performing member on his team. So if you let those two champions scale, I mean, there's a world where BBGG can start winning some fights later on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kai'Sa versus Ezreal's items. They both have 2. I'm sure Kai'Sa's gonna cash out, where you might see, you know, 1 or 2 components of another item by the time that Ezreal has these 2, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, Kai'Sa's sitting on almost 3,000 gold here. Ezreal's sitting on 500, so she probably will cash out when she takes her recall there. I wonder what she'll build next, but...
BF sword, I like it.
Yeah, going for some anti-healing.
Executioner is definitely aimed towards that Vladimir. They are definitely scared of what Vladimir can provide for his team.
It's looking like Infinity Edge, probably.
Yeah, more than likely going to be Infinity Edge, but opts to delay it a little bit to get that Grievous Wounds item.
We're throwing into the tower on the Vladimir. We're going to take a few tower shots here. It'll be fine. We'll heal that back up from Q's. And the rest of SDC starting the Baron. Nautilus is flashing in to join his team. Hi guys, I'm here. As the rest of the team for BBGG sits in the back of the pit. Ezreal ultimate is available for a potential steal, as well as Newman's flash. He's looking to maybe just flash in there and try to get a steal with Smite. Does flash in, ends up not being able to steal it, and now will pay for his hubris with his life. Dies in the Baron pit as the rest of his team runs out.
Not the hubris.
Yeah. Not the hubris. Who actually secured? Was it the jungler that secured that Baron?
It was. Yeah.
Okay. Looked like
it was
went
all
down to
blur.
It was a blur. He must have had 2 smites up, or I don't know if he did end up smiting it in the end. He has smite up still.
Yeah, they're just kind of pushing him in right now. Jin's out diving into the tower. He's tanking it for a pretty long time, not taking damage from champions, but the tower is doing a lot of damage to him. Ends up falling to the Darius. And the re-engage on the back end here. Vladimir doing a lot of damage. Darius has a reset with the ultimate, does get the dunk down. Post Nautilus hook animation and is still running for it. Has the flash available, might be able to actually go in. Opts to not. I would have loved to see a flash hook from the Darius there, but didn't get that hyphy.
Definitely the safe play not to flash in that situation, but this is exactly the situation we talked about. I mean, Darius is a threat no matter what. If he gets those resets, it's not a fun time for the other team.
Yeah,
Vladimir was just allowed to get into the backline and do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a great flank by Quackenslayer. I mean, as expected, phenomenal player and going to be able to find those angles that he needs to find, and it really is on him and Jan 2019 in this game to carry their teammates, honestly. I mean, having a pretty rough showing of things in the bot lane and the jungle, but you know, they're doing the supporting roles they need to do for their team and just going to put their trust in the Vlad and the Darius to do enough damage in these fights, but it's going to get harder and harder. Be very quiet, Newman.
Stay very still.
Stay very still.
It responds to movement.
The Elder Drake
They do see him now on that pink ward, unfortunately. You can't hide from pinks.
It's stunned up on the side, and Shen Ultimate and Teleport are available. The rest of SEC here, and Elder Dragon being started.
It's gonna be so tense.
Yeah, SEC actually hesitant to engage.
Definitely waiting for Shen to push in that top side. They do not have to force this fight. Shen ultimate is available if they decide to pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, they're kind of just letting him do. Oh, and Ezreal gets absolutely chunked. Jump on Berserker does live. We'll see if the rest of the team. The Ezreal ultimate coming through, doing a lot of damage here. Newman falling so low, but not actually end up dying. Shen coming through now with a great flash taunt. Vladimir, though, gets the shutdown on the Kaisa on the back end of the fight. And Visually Delicious just doing work, zoning. Karma in this situation cannot get over to help the Darius, who's healing a lot, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Not quite to get the kill. And Newman now actually living forever on this Udyr because of that Karma, who did end up making it over to him. This protracted fight really actually going in the favor of SEC due to this Ocean Soul. They're healing so much. Newman going in, gets taken out by SDC Pony as the rest of the team Quackenslayer now. So much move speed.
He is
Elder Drake getting involved.
Yeah, BB Zobs.
Dragon wants it on the action.
That's enough. Dragon does want it on the action, trying to do some damage, and the double kill now for Quackenslayer. BB Zobs doing so much work there to keep him alive. 4 dead for the side of SEC. Only the Kaisa alive, who just spawned, but Elder Dragon's almost at half HP now for the side of BBGG, and I think they might take this one. Dragon, not the game, but they're getting back in it.
Yeah, that was
Vladimir
definitely
absolutely destroyed that fight.
Yeah, it was all up to everybody to you know, decide who was going to re-engage for the 3v3. Both tops and AD carries were down, and I think with Vladimir in the game,
oh my god, that would have been so heartbreaking if Shen and Kaisa ended up stealing that. Vladimir now had the ultimate available, and they get the kill because of the Elder Dragon. Kaisa getting deleted. BB Sobs stuck around as long as he could to help his friend out on the Vladimir. He should get a double kill here, taking down Shen. Looking so cool doing it with that Elder Dragon animation, and Quackenslayer absolutely demolishing it.
I think trying to re-engage in the Vladimir with all of that Ref Vlad hacks they type in the alt chat.
He completes that Medjay Soul Sealer that I mentioned earlier. He's definitely looking to put this team on his back.
Oh yeah, and you definitely wish that he would have gotten that a little bit earlier. Still on 9 kills, probably would have had that stack by now, but I'm sure that he will get enough to stack it. He's doing phenomenal. Kind of hilarious on the side of SDC, 5 kills to every single champion on their roster, so they're really showing spreading the love there.
I guess an 0-10 Udyr equals 9-0 Vladimir on the other side.
yeah, the spread.
The math checks out.
Really good wave clear for SDC. Going to be hard to push in any towers for BBGG without that Baron buff, so they're definitely going to want to start positioning around that.
Definitely would be an interesting scenario if we had a 1v1 matchup versus Quackenslayer and Shu, how that would phase out. A very safe laner versus somebody that also appears to be very safe.
Look, Weber going in and ult onto 2 of the carries for the side of SDC. Quackenslayer falling pretty low though, was ignited, not going to be killing for too much. Not able to get out, Visually Delicious taking that kill. The shutdown coming through, Darius picking up a kill, but now ends up falling to the Syndra, who did so much damage in that fight, picking up a double kill. And Kaisa Syndra staying alive in that fight was not what BBGG wanted to see.
Yeah, unfortunately, BBGG is all down for 40 seconds, and the base is wide open. It is definitely going to fall.
Yeah, coming through, walking these super minions down the middle of the map as a formality. SDC will take the Nexus here after these two towers for game one. Well played.
Very nice follow through on their lead from earlier. Looking a little sketchy for a while, but there you have it.
Man, that was one heck of a game. Unfortunate to see BBGG fall a little short, but SDC seemed to be in the driver's seat most of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I believe we'll be kicking it to one more break, and then we will take it to the losers bracket, where we will have Team DNA versus BBGG.
Yes, we will. We'll see you guys on the other side.
If you go to any village, if you go to any city, usually a part of their belief, a part of their myth, the jinn are mentioned. So whether it be ghosts or spirits or the dead returning in spirit form, these are all what we find in the tradition of the people. Usually they're referring to the jinn. We know that the jinn are created from a smokeless flame of fire.
Your will is my command. Your will is my command.